Sometimes I wish school taught me how to fail. Growing up, especially in Malaysia and in a Chinese primary school, we've been always taught that we've been programmed to think that failing is not a good thing. Failing is embarrassing. Failing is can be pretty detrimental at that age when you're 8 to 12 years old. I remember this story, man, when I was like primary 4 or 5 or 6. I just had this fear of failing, of like being a failure. I was always scared of doing wrong things, of pissing the teacher off or not doing the homework. Like, I remember if I didn't do the homework the morning, I'll be like, oh shit, I gotta do it now. Or I'm gonna get embarrassed, or teacher's gonna scold me or something. And I remember this one girl in my class, and this guy too. So they were basically not doing very well in class, and they were always scolded by the teachers. Teachers were always pissed at them. And whenever the teacher would scold them, I would be like, shit, I don't want to be like them. And I kind of feel bad for doing that now, for using them as an example of what not to be. Because sometimes in life, I've learned now that you have to fail to succeed. You have to be willing to look stupid before you can be smart. Very few, almost nobody, was born smart and was just smart all the time. A lot of people had to get punched in the face. They had to fail. They had to be willing to fail before they could succeed. And it's a contradiction, because in school we're like taught to be afraid of failure, and in that way we can be successful. But there's also a time where you have to be willing to fail before you can even succeed. You can't expect to go into this and just succeed straight away. It doesn't work like that. You gotta be willing to take the punches, like what Sylvester Stallone said. You gotta be willing to take the hits. You gotta be willing to take the hits and keep moving forward. You can't expect to breeze through and just get everything whatever you want and not get some hits and not get punched. Life doesn't work that way. And the same thing applies. Like, yeah, I felt kind of bad. Like, I wish I was taught how to fail, and that failing was okay as long as I kept trying, as long as I kept moving forward. Of course, if you fail and then you just give up on life, I don't know that if that's very good. And if your teacher is helping you, not encouraging you maybe to do better, then maybe it's good. But I mean, if they keep scolding you, then I don't know if that's a good option. Like, if my kids, I don't know if I'm gonna scold them. Maybe I would sometimes. I think I'll be a balanced father. I'll scold them when the time is needed, and I'll encourage them when the time is needed. So you need both. You need both. You can't just be one-sided. And I feel like school was one-sided. Like, just taught you how not to fail, but it didn't teach you the art of failing. As Bruce Lee said, the art of dying. You want to learn the way to win, but never the way to lose. To learn to die is to be liberated from it. And most of us are afraid of dying. We're afraid of failing. That we end up not living our lives. So yeah, there's a balance to it. I'm not asking you to purposely fail. I want you to fail and keep moving forward, and know that success comes with failures. And that success comes with you maybe looking stupid sometimes, and that's okay. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, sure, some people might think you're stupid, but if you look at the other way around, you'll be like, oh, okay, they look down on me. Awesome. They won't see me coming. You have to turn your head. You have to look at it in a different perspective. Life is what you make of it, what you think of it. If you think it's bad, it's bad. If you think it's good, you find a way to make it look good. You find a way to make it good. It's all about perspective. And yeah, I wish school taught me how to fail. And I hope the two students they're in a good situation now. I think usually those kids, they end up being the most successful. It's ironic, right? Like when you get scolded, you become the child that gets scolded, and then one day you just become the most successful person. And then there are situations, of course, where these people get disencouraged to chase their dreams because they've been told their whole lives that they're stupid and they're a failure, which is sad too, which is unfortunate. These teachers telling them that, yeah, you're a failure, and their parents think they're a failure too. And that's how you destroy a child. That's how you destroy their dreams. That's how you make them what society wants to make them. People don't know this, but I see it. Just because I don't say it doesn't mean I don't see it. I see those murders. I see those killing of the dreams, but we don't talk about it because mainly to protect ourselves, and we don't want to be the victim. But I don't want to live that way anymore. And sure, some people hate me for that. It's cool. Whatever. I'm living true to myself. This is the safest time to live true to yourself, okay? If somehow my life was linked to this, and I knew that my life was in danger for saying this, then I probably would not say it. Just to be clear here. But I think now, my theory is that the internet would still be a safe place for another 60 to 80 years. Maybe after I die, maybe it'll be different. I am taking a risk here, but in life you gotta take some risks. You gotta live a little. You gotta make life interesting, or just wouldn't work. Life would be just boring. And yeah. So yeah, I wish I learned how to fail. I wish that I learned how to fail in school, and not just always strive for perfection, and not just be a slave to other people's opinion, and be a slave to what they think. And if a teacher says you're stupid, you're stupid. And if a teacher says you're smart, you're smart. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. I honestly think it's bullshit. If a teacher told me I was stupid now, I'll be like, okay, you think I'm stupid? Cool. Awesome. I mean, I understand your opinion, but we'll see. We'll see. And I understand not everybody is like me. Not everybody has that mentality like me, which I guess my response is you have to find it out for yourself. I think you, the person watching this, you are the only person that can help yourself the most. No one else can. Not even me, not even if I'm trying to help you. Sure, I can help you like a little bit, I can guide you, but ultimately the decision is yours, and you gotta take that leap for yourself. No one's gonna take it for you. So yeah, if you haven't learned how to fail, just learn to fail, and you realize that nobody cares. Nobody really gives a fuck about you. Sure, your parents might care a bit, but other than that, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everybody's too caught up with their own lives, and that's totally understandable. But yeah, you guys just gotta get that through your head, and just unlearn the old things you were taught, and make space for new things so you can learn. But yeah, that's all for today, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Document till I die.